topic for the podcast is about choosing happiness. Happiness as a psychological construct has been the subject of numerous studies and research for decades. It's widely accepted that happiness is a subjective experience that is influenced by both internal and external factors. Health, and relationships can contribute to happiness. Happiness is determined by one's own mental state. But the good news is that happiness is a personal choice that we all can make every day. Many people believe that happiness is a destination that we will reach one day. But the truth is, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Happiness is a state of mind that we can cultivate by focusing on the present moments and by choosing to be happy. It's a decision that we make every day, and it's up to us to decide how we want to approach each day. You can just start off by simply finding that one little moment that makes you happy, from just finishing your run, from finishing an assignment, to getting ready to eat some really good food, or just appreciating something as small as just how the sky looks that day. One of the biggest obstacles to happiness is living in the past or worrying about the future. When we focus too much on our past experiences or worry about the future, we can easily become overwhelmed and forget to appreciate the present moment. As individuals, we are often guilty of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, leading to a disconnection from the present moment. This disconnection can result in feelings of unhappiness, stress, and anxiety. It's important to understand that our thoughts and beliefs can greatly influence our happiness. If we have a negative mindset and focus on the negative aspects of life, we will struggle to find happiness. On the other hand, if we have a positive outlook and focus on the goods in our life, we will naturally feel more content and happy. Another way to choose to be happy is to engage in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. Doing hobbies or volunteering can have a positive impact on our mental and emotional well-being. It doesn't even have to be something as grandiose as any of these, but rather it can be something as simple as just choosing to shower at night just for yourself. It's to seek activities that align with our values and interests, as this can increase our sense of purpose and meaning and contribute to our overall happiness. For me, I realized that I was a lot happier in the times where I'd play any kind of sports. It helped me be more productive in other aspects of my life also. Hence, it is essential to adopt a positive and optimistic outlook. For a long period of time, I was very unhappy, and a lot of it I think was just me living in the past and my mistakes and all those little stuffs. But it'd be days and days where I'd be unhappy from moments to moments, and I started trying to find these one moments of happiness and just see one thing I enjoy and just appreciate it. When I started doing that, I realized it was such a big drastic difference, because a day where you're completely unhappy compared to a day where you have one moment of happiness is greatly profound compared to the latter. Appreciating that one moment helped me realize so many other moments that were good moments in the day. Those days weren't necessarily good days, but rather just finding that one moment of happiness or one moment of appreciativeness, and that compounding into many more just helped me find more joy in the day and just be okay with how the day is going altogether. I feel like I've struggled for so long, and just seeing all my friends struggling with it in like different ways and different aspects, just trying to choose. And it might sound kind of cocky to say it this way, but I do feel a bit different, and for two reasons. I think I've always had more positive and optimistic outlook on life, and I'm more so always just trying and I'm believing in myself. I haven't lacked confidence in myself for years, and that's been one of my greatest strengths when it has come to me achieving my goals. I spend a lot more time compared to other people and just thinking about life, thinking about my emotion, and just psychoanalyzing myself. And by doing that, I've come to understand how important mentality is. We assign meaning to everything. Said in a previous episode, we assign meaning to whatever we want. And by realizing that we do that, we can come to understand that everything is meaningless. And when you realize everything is meaningless, it might seem so like sad, but it's actually really positive for you, because it shows you that all the meaning in your life, you can assign it where you want it to be. You can assign meaning to anything you want in your life, and it'll give it value. It will make it important to you. So if you want to get really good at coding and you give it meaning, if you give it value, it'll become something important. It'll be something you can easily get better at because you're giving that meaning to it. Choosing to be happy and you're giving it meaning, if you're giving happiness meaning, then it's something that you can improve on. Even when I felt financially free, I was as depressed as I felt even when I didn't have that money. Happiness really is a mental choice, and it's not something that's factored by our external world necessarily. It's not something that can be handed to us or simply achieved by reaching a certain milestone or achieving certain positions. By getting that car, you necessarily won't be happy. It'll make your life better. It might make you happy for a good moment or for the future, but it's not the only thing that will determine your happiness. there's more behind why that getting that car will make you happy rather than the car being the thing that makes you happy. Happiness really is something that we decide on. I chose to be unhappy and say my life can't get worse than this. And it always felt like it would keep getting worse. But once I stopped thinking like the world was against me, so that my life is just how it is and I'm fine the way I am. And I can obviously improve, but I'm perfectly okay with how I am right now. Once I accepted all of that, once I became okay with that, I was able to feel a lot better and just see myself for who I am and just be happy in the present moment. I realized that I was thinking of a memory in the summer where I would go to this really fancy gym and just work out every day, just play, do my actual online work. And it seems like such a good and positive memory right now, but when I was there in the moment, I was so unhappy. And it felt like it was the unhappiest time in my life. I look back at it as the past, I can somehow seem to appreciate it. And just realizing that that's how I was thinking just made me realize how completely messed up and warped my head was. You shouldn't be thinking like that. I should appreciate the moment, the present, in the present, not in the past. I only allow myself to appreciate the present and the past because I dedicate all my present to the future. And that's just so wrong to myself, and it takes away this level of respect that I should be having for myself. In conclusion, choosing happiness is a complex and multifaceted process that requires a combination of various factors. Choosing happiness is a personal decision that we make every day. It's about focusing on the present moment and cultivating a positive mindset. It's about doing things that bring us joy and fulfillment and focusing on the goods in our life. Remember, happiness is not a destination, it's a journey. Quotes I've been living by for the last 2 years is chasing the dreams of the future while enjoying the little moments. And I think it's just so well, like you want to have something to look forward to. You want to be happy, looking to get better, but you also want to be okay and content with where you are right now. Take the moment and appreciate everything around you. Just look up in the sky and think, the moon is beautiful tonight, isn't it? And that's my confession of love to you.